This is Rock and Roll English. Real people, real English. Here's your host, Martin Johnston.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Rock and Roll English, episode number 335, baby. Oh yeah. In today's episode we have a very, very special guest. The guest is my daughter, toddler R&R, also known as Lara, her actual name. Now, if you have been listening to the podcast for more than 1 year, I suppose, you may remember I made a podcast with Lara in the past and I kind of analysed the way she spoke. Now, lots of people seemed to enjoy that podcast, but this time I just want to focus more on the fun side of listening to children talk, because now Lara is almost 3.5, so like most kids that are that age, she comes out with a lot of funny things. Notice that vocabulary there. She comes out with a lot of funny things. She says lots of funny things, basically. Plus, I want to give you the opportunity to listen to a child speak in English, because I imagine you don't speak to lots of children in English. You don't speak to lots of English children, I mean. I might be wrong. I'm just kind of imagining there. Plus, I'll be honest, I also want to make something that Lara can listen to when she's older, because if I die tomorrow, hopefully I won't, but obviously I could die tomorrow. So if I do, she will be able to listen to a conversation she had with her dad. So to set the scene for you, okay, Lara had a long nap this day in the afternoon, which she doesn't normally do now. But if she does, it means she won't go to bed until much later than the usual time. Now, the usual time for children to go to bed in the UK is actually 7 p.m. Now, I know that sounds crazy to Italian people, as Italian kids go to bed much later. I'm not sure about other countries, but generally in the UK, kids under 4 go to bed at 7 p.m. Anyway, I was having dinner as I had arrived late from work. It was about 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, and I simply put the phone on the table and we had a bit of a chat. Now, there are some funny moments, some sweet moments, and lots of other things. I've taken bits of the conversation, various different things, so let's have a listen to the first one, which I must admit is one of the nicer moments. So have a listen to this. Daddy's leg still hurts, because do you know why Daddy's leg hurts? Daddy played football yesterday.
Shall we have a cuddle, Daddy?
Yeah, that would be nice. That'll make my leg feel better. Cuddle? Big cuddle, big jump. Big cuddles.
Okay.
Is that it? Is it finished already? No more cuddles?
It's just finished, cuddle.
Finished?
Yeah. My cuddle is... Your cuddle is finished.
It's finished already?
Yeah.
I wanted more.
I just gave you a cuddle.
Just one. That's it, no more.
Wait until I finish my drawing.
And then you give me another one.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So did you manage to understand that? Because it's not obviously easy to understand children sometimes, is it? So again, that's another reason why we are doing this. So basically, Lara gave me a cuddle, just a very quick cuddle, and then she told me she would give me another one after she finished her drawing. Anyway, we then moved the conversation to Italy, because obviously Lara is half Italian, half English, and we are going to Italy next week. So we started speaking about the difference in weather between England and Italy. Have a listen. And now, what is in Italy in the sky? What is there?
The sun.
The sun. Who likes the sun?
Me.
And what about in England? Is there the sun?
Sometimes there is the sun in England.
And sometimes, what do the clouds do?
They make the sun stuck.
Oh, what do they do?
I want the sun
So yes, the sun gets stuck in the clouds in England, which unfortunately is true. So you may have noticed some kind of eating noises there because, as mentioned, I was eating my dinner. But now you'll notice that Lara wanted some of my dinner. But try to understand what I was eating and also what the magic word is. This will make more sense when you listen.
Daddy, can I have a little bit more?
Magic word?
Chicken.
What's the magic word?
Chicken.
Chicken is the magic word.
Now I want some chicken. Please.
Okay.
Can I have some chicken? Please, can you cut a bit
Okay.
for me?
Yes, because you asked nicely. So I'm sure you understood the magic word is please, a very common thing which parents say to children. Also, my parents said that to me when I was young, and we were eating some chicken. Now the conversation kind of goes somewhere else, and she was telling me that she sometimes speaks Italian to the teachers at nursery. So nursery is what we say in England, like the school before school for young kids. Nursery school, in fact. And I said to her, you need to speak English because the teachers don't speak Italian. And this is her response.
But a teacher likes to speak in Italian.
Who?
A teacher.
Yeah, which one? What's her name?
I don't know. Mummy tells us. Mummy will tell us when it's morning time.
Right. And, okay. And
Daddy, can I have more?
magic word?
Please.
You're eating all of Daddy's dinner now.
No, just a little bit.
You are very cheeky. So apparently one of her teachers wants to talk Italian to her. And then obviously it continued with her trying to eat my chicken. But did you notice at the end I said you are very cheeky? This is a really great word, especially used for children. Perfect in this example. You're eating your dinner, your child is trying to eat your dinner as well. Obviously, it's not the worst thing in the world, so it's a very nice way to say you are not being good. But, like I said, a nice, friendly way. You are very cheeky. Anyway, the conversation continues, and we actually continued. Now we actually mix the Italian thing and the chicken. You will see how. But I know I said I wouldn't analyse the language, but I'm a English language teacher, so it's impossible not to. Notice how she says Italian. So in English, that word is Italian, Italian. But she says Italian because that's what it sounds like in Italian. So she still has not distinguished the different sounds of the different languages. And another example of the fact that she hasn't mastered the sounds yet, she pretty much has, but I literally, listening to this podcast, noticed something which she has not mastered. So listen to the end of the conversation, the end of this little bit, and try to understand the confusion. Now I've listened to it, I can understand, but at the time I honestly didn't understand what she wanted to say. So have a listen. How does Mummy say chicken?
Bella.
Pollo. Yeah.
I think the at nursery doesn't say it good.
Doesn't say it good.
No.
Did you tell her how to say
But-
chicken?
But she wants to talk in Italian, but she doesn't.
What words does she try to say? Does she say pollo?
No, she said it's not right.
Not white. So in case you didn't get it, she said that her teacher at nursery wants to talk Italian, but when she tries to say chicken, pollo, she doesn't say it good. Now, there is a grammatical mistake there as well. That should be she doesn't say it well, but, you know, it takes years and years to master a language, even when we're children. And then the part with the sounds, I understood she doesn't say it white. But listening again, she obviously wanted to say, the teacher, when she says the Italian word pollo, she doesn't say it right. Have a listen to that bit again.
No, she said it's not right.
Not white? So when I listen again, I think, how did I not understand? It's clear she wanted to say not right. But I remember having that conversation and thinking, what the hell is she talking about? So I think this is actually a good demonstration of why it's important to master the sounds, because just getting one small thing wrong can lead to this kind of confusion. Even though now, when I look back, I think, oh, that was easy. I'm an idiot. But at that moment, I honestly did not understand. Anyway, many people have asked me about the language thing in my house because I obviously talk English to my children, and Mrs. R&R, my wife, who is Italian, speaks Italian to them. So many people ask how the dynamics work. So I do have a little clip now where I was talking to my daughter and then my wife comes down the stairs. But notice how she quickly changes languages when she is talking to me, and then when her mum comes, she quickly changes to Italian. Also notice, at one point she doesn't know a word in Italian, so she says it in English. Have a listen. Oh, and by the way, we were talking about Elsa from Frozen, her gloves. Okay, that's where the conversation starts.
No, these are Elsa's gloves.
Elsa's gloves. So now you can't use your magic powers. It's Mama.
Mamma, la tua medicina l'hai lasciata per domani?
Che fai col microfono messo?
We're making a podcast, aren't we,
Avete
darling?
registrato?
Stiamo registrando.
No. No, Elsa mette I suoi gloves là.
So that's just a quick look at the dynamics of how my household works. So if you noticed, Lara was talking to me in English, her mum came down the stairs and she immediately said something to her in Italian. And then when I was talking to Lara, I was talking in English. And then when I spoke to my wife, I immediately started talking Italian. This may sound strange, I'm not sure, but for us, it's just normality. This is what we have always done in our house. And you may have noticed Lara was talking in Italian to her mother and then said something like, Elsa mette I suoi gloves là, because the word gloves just didn't come to her in Italian. She actually knows that word. So she just obviously thought, fuck it, I'll say it in English. Anyway, the conversation with Lara then continues. And here we start talking about when she fell asleep, okay? Now, she actually fell asleep that day in the afternoon on my bike. She has her little bike seat and we were going on the bike and then I noticed that she was sleeping. So this is the context of what we are talking about. See if you can understand some other things that she says.
Daddy,
Yeah.
pick me up,
Magic word?
please.
Good girl. So did you have a sleep today?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when you fell asleep that you were on the bike with Daddy, weren't you? And then I thought, why is she not talking? And then I looked and you were doing this. And I said, oh.
Did you want to sleep, Daddy?
Did I want to what?
Did you want to sleep?
Sleep? Yeah, Daddy wanted to sleep, but Daddy had to go to work, didn't he? Where does Daddy work?
Did you want to sleep on the bike, Daddy, when I was on the bike?
Yeah, but if Daddy sleeps on the bike, then we'll crash.
No.
Who's going to drive the bike if I sleep on the bike?
No, you hold the bike and you sleep on the bike. Okay?
I don't think it's a good idea.
Okay.
So there we have it. I'm not sure if you fully understood. If not, you can rewind and listen again. But here's basically what she said. She said it would be a good idea, apparently, if when we go out on the bike, I sleep as well as her. I'm still not sure how that's going to work logistically. If we're both sleeping and I'm pedaling the bike, I don't think that's going to end very well. How about you? And so the conversation then continues, and we are now talking about my iPad. Notice my iPad, which was actually broken. And that day that we had this conversation, I took her to the shop to get it fixed. The reason it was broken was because both of my children were playing with it and then it blocked, and then I had to go and pay £25 to get it unblocked. Now, my daughter uses this iPad, especially when we travel. It's just easy to make them watch something on the iPad whilst we are waiting at the airport for 3 hours. So she sees it as hers. So listen to the conversation we have about the iPad and her theory about when this iPad entered her life. Here we go. It's Daddy's iPad.
No.
Yes.
No. You got a white iPad.
No, that is my iPad.
No, but it's got my favourite colour on.
Yeah, because you've taken it, but it was mine. Daddy had that iPad before you were born. Before you were even inside Mummy's tummy.
Did you have my iPad, Daddy, when I was in Mummy's tummy?
No, I had my iPad when you were in Mummy's tummy.
And was I holding my iPad when I was in Mummy's tummy?
Babies don't have iPads when they are in tummies.
No, but when I was in Mummy's tummy, did I have my iPad? Yes or no?
No, I don't think so.
Because was it in England?
Yeah, and you were born in Italy, weren't you?
Yes.
You were born in Italy.
Oh, chicken.
So apparently children are now being born with iPads. So when they are inside their mother's stomachs, so notice we referred to stomachs as tummies there, again a kind of children word. And then Lara was asking me if she had an iPad when she was in her mother's tummy. Now, I don't think that was the case, but I suppose I will have to go back and have a look at the photos we had from the scans when Mrs. R&R was pregnant. You may also have noticed that Lara particularly likes chicken. This was from another part of the conversation.
Chicken, more chicken, more chicken.
For who?
For me.
Magic word.
Blee, 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 blee.
Is.
Blee, 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 blee.
You are very silly, Billy. So anyway, to finish this, we have the part where I read a story to Lara, okay? The story is Three Little Pigs. If you don't know it, I will tell you what happens in the story so you can follow along. But as you can imagine, when I do the story with Lara, some other conversation happens, let's say. Now, one thing, I don't actually ever read stories to her. I don't like reading. I just look at the pictures and I know the story, so I just tell the story. So in this story, if you're not familiar with it, there are three little pigs and their mum, the mummy pig, I suppose, tells them they all need to go and get a house. So they all go and build a house. One builds a house from straw. If you don't know what straw is, that's the kind of looks like grass, I suppose, and is used for like the bed of farm animals, let's say. So yes, one of the pigs builds a house from straw, the other builds a house from sticks, and the other builds a house from bricks. But there is the big bad wolf who is trying to get into their houses and cause lots of problems. So that's not all of the details of the story. It's just what you kind of need to know, I suppose, so you can hopefully understand something from the story. So here it is.
Let's do the piggy one, Daddy.
The piggy one?
Yeah, because you like it.
I like the piggy one. All right, and then we'll go to bed, okay?
Yes, okay.
Right. Okay, so here is the piggy one. Right. Okay, this one is called Three Little Pigs. You can count them.
Duck.
There's the duck, yeah. But they're also three little pigs. And one day, these three little pigs were at home, and then... Duck, yeah. And then the mum... No, don't be silly. No, do you want to read the story or no?
Yes.
Right, so let's listen.
Duck.
Okay. So the 3 piggies were at home and Mummy Pig said, "You are all very big now. You need to go and find your own houses." So all of the piggies went out to find their house.
Because is that the mummy and daddy's house?
Yeah, they were at their mummy and daddy's house. But then when you get very big, you have to go...
There's the big bad wolf.
Yeah, he's hiding. Because when you get very big, you have to go to your house. Like, I lived with my mummy and daddy, but then when I was big, I had to get my house. Same as Mummy. She lived with her mummy and daddy when she was little, but then when she was big, she had to get her house. So when you are big...
But did she have something in there?
Yeah, she had one of the pigs had her lunch in this little basket, yeah. So then all the pigs went out to find their own house.
Did she have her basket with her lunch?
Yeah. Like when Lara goes to nursery and has lunch.
But did she have her house though?
No, she went to look for the house. So this is what they did. The first pig meets a man and says, the man has lots of straw. And then the piggy says, "Oh, I like that. Can I build a house with your straw?" He says, "Yeah, sure." And the piggy builds this house all made of straw. But who's that but looking behind the bush?
The big bad wolf.
And is he good or naughty?
Naughty.
Yeah. And then the other piggy meets a man who's got lots of sticks. And he says, "Please, can you give me some sticks so I can build a house?" And the man says, "Okay." And the piggy builds a lovely house made from sticks. But who's that again behind the bush?
The big bad wolf.
The big bad wolf. And then the other piggy gets some... What are these?
What?
Do you remember what they are?
Bricks.
Bricks, yeah. Gets some bricks and he builds a very nice house. You like this house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a house like that.
Yeah, our house is not made of sticks or straw, is it? It's made from bricks, like this one.
But it's got 2 doors. Our one hasn't got 2 doors.
This has got 1 door. These are windows.
And there's another door.
No, that's called a chimney.
No, there's another door near it.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, if you say so. And then one day, the big bad wolf went to the piggy with the straw house. And he said, "Let me in." But the piggy said, "No."
He's very naughty.
Yeah, so then the big wolf said, "Right, if you don't let me in, I'm going to do this." So he huffed and he puffed.
And he played the house.
And he blew the house down. And then the piggy didn't have a house anymore and he was scared of the big bad wolf. So he started running.
Did he go to the bricks house?
Well, first he went to the stick house. And he said to I think this is his brother, he said, "Quick, the big bad wolf has just blown my house down. Can I come and stay in your house?" So then, can you see there are 2 of them now?
Yeah.
But who's that?
The big bad wolf.
The big bad wolf has come back again. And he said, "Let me in." And they said, "No."
And he blowed it.
Well, first of all, he huffed and he puffed and then
Blowed.
he blew the house down.
That one he did too. So then did they go to the house of bricks?
Yeah, they did. So they were running because they didn't have a house
there
anymore.
Was 2, Daddy.
Yeah, because now there were 2. Because first of all, there was the one in the straw house. He ran to the one in the stick house. So now there are 2 in the stick house. And then the wolf blew the stick house down. So then they ran to the one with the brick house.
There is 2, Daddy.
2. So now how many pigs are in this house now? 1, 2, 3. Now there are 3 pigs in this house.
Because is it their house?
Yeah, well, it's the one of them, but he said to the other 2, you can come to my house, because they were very scared because the big bad wolf blew the house down.
What, the little ones?
Yeah, they're all scared. They're all the little ones. Because their Mummy Pig, said you have to find your own house to all 3 of them. Do you remember?
What, the big pig?
Look, we've got Mummy Pig. This is Mummy Pig. Where's Mummy Pig?
Where is she?
This Mummy Pig.
Yeah,
And then she's got 3 baby pigs. But they are not so babies anymore. They are quite big now. And then one of them gets the straw house, one of them gets the stick, and the other one gets the brick. So there are 3. 3. And then...
2 brick.
Well, now there are 3 in the bricks. Now.
But is that the baby one?
Yes.
But is the mummy in that one?
Now the mummy's in her house. Mummy's in her house. This is the baby's one.
But is there any friends for the mummy and daddy? Is there a friend for the mummy and
yeah, I think so. I don't know.
There's a lot of piggies.
Yeah, there are a lot of piggies. And then the wolf, the big bad wolf, came again, knocked on the door and said, "Let me in."
But he's like a daddy.
The big bad wolf is like a daddy.
But,
no, he's very naughty.
But he hasn't got a mouth. It will hurt the mouth.
Right. And so the wolf tried to get in, and so the wolf said, "Let me in," and the piggy said, "No."
And he tried to blow it.
Yeah, but, so he huffed and he puffed and what happened this time?
It didn't blow.
It didn't blow down. No, because it's made from
Bricks.
bricks, and bricks are very strong. So it didn't blow down. So then the big bad wolf tried to come in through the chimney. Can you see the piggies in the house? How many piggies are there?
All the piggies that need the house.
Yeah, how many are there? Count them. Here.
1, 2, 3.
Yes, very clever
But
girl.
then he fell in that hot water.
Yeah, so no, the big bad wolf went in through the chimney, and then he fell in the hot water, and he said, "Oh, it's very, very, very hot in here."
He can be hot in there.
Yeah, and then so he went home, and then he never disturbed the piggies anymore. And then the 3 piggies lived in the brick house happily ever after. And that's the end of the story.
But there's more pages, but we don't like the other pages.
Well, there's more pages, but they're different stories.
And that's the end of this week's pod. I hope you managed to follow something in the story. If you had difficulty, remember, if you are in the Rock and Roll English family, you will have the transcript to this episode. I also just want to mention, if any parents are listening to this thinking, "Oh, that was really nice, I wish I had that kind of relationship with my child. My child is a nightmare." Believe me, I only let you listen to the good bits. The reason I'm saying that is because sometimes I watch videos on Instagram, look at parents and think, "Oh God, it all just looks so easy there. Why is it not like that for me?" That's because they only show you the good bits, like I only showed you the good bits. I don't think you would want to listen to a child crying on your way to work, would you? So yes, just the good bits to make it look and seem like I am a good parent. Anyway, thanks a lot for listening, everyone. I will see you very soon. But in the meantime, just keep on rocking, baby.
Thanks so much for listening to Rock and Roll English. For more great content and to stay up to date, visit rockandrollenglish.com and facebook.com/rockandrollenglish. We'll catch you next time.